team name is Satoshi Jump. We got Jim, Topher, and Super are all on the team.
We were trying to tackle the problem of being able to broadcast and transmit Bitcoin transactions or Lightning transactions over the radio without internet.
Basically, we did this entirely in the browser using the Web Audio API, which is supposed to be a standard API across all platforms. And we mapped those into hexadecimal digits, and then we essentially just blast it over the airwaves.
So Meshtastic, if you're familiar with Gotenna, it's kind of a similar idea where you can send text messages between radios. So if you can send text, then I figure you can kind of send small amounts of data, such as Bitcoin transactions. Why this is interesting, I think it doesn't solve a single problem, but it just kind of opens up a lot of new use cases. So kind of up to the imagination there. You can do like partially signed transactions. Maybe you spread that amongst multiple people.
Hi, I'm Nick. I work at a company called Galoy, and for my project, I did a BTC Pay server plugin. So Galoy basically has a Lightning node for the Bitcoin Beach wallet. So what I wanted to do was integrate that into BTC Pay server so you can outsource the Lightning node management to a company like Galoy, or you could host it yourself or go to any of the other great Lightning service providers. Back in 1984, there used to be 14,000 different banks. This is from a few years ago. We're down to less than 4,000 banks. The government is just going to eventually, have a social credit score system. So as Bitcoiners, we need to make sure we run our own banks and we get those numbers up.
GitHub is very centralized. We all rely on it a ton. And it's kind of just owned by Microsoft right now, and no one's really doing anything about it. There's this Jack Dorsey bounty for a bunch of Bitcoin for someone to build GitHub on Nostr, but really what that's going to take is kind of re-implementing Git on Nostr and then building a front end for it. It's a lot of work. So the big first problem was authentication. How do we tie the user's GitHub profile to their Nostr profile, and how do we do it very easily and very quickly? And so we generate from the GitHub data we plug into, we're able to generate a new profile for the user. And so we have all of the contributions here. We have, this is where you can zap the user, their LN address. We have recent GitHub activity here, different kinds of push events.
So what this project is, it's called Badge Mint. And if you don't know what badges are, what are you doing with your life? The badges are a summary of my personality online. You can create a badge, you hit the new button, you give it a name, a description, an image, and once you've created a badge, you have this page where you can issue badges to people. If you go to badge-mint.vercel app, this is a site where you can award yourself a badge.
Our team name is Bitworks. The problem that we're trying to tackle here is creating a truly peer-to-peer digital services marketplace. A large percentage, a lot of the people on those platforms are in third world countries, and they do not have even access to a lot of bank accounts. So we're going to power this whole thing through Bitcoin and create a truly peer-to-peer services marketplace.
This is Super Mario Sats. I decided for my project that I was going to hack an NES ROM. And so I was able to access the memory locations, and given the contents of those locations, do some cool stuff programmatically. And so what would the obvious thing that you would do with that data? Give yourself sats. Thank you. Okay, so here come the sats.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You basically only get it if you
Who's next? Who's good at this game? Who knows how to work?
All right.
Infinite money.
We're team anti-LND. Your Lightning nodes super gossip the ant. Lightning nodes have a lot of talk about coordinating channel opens and closes, advertising liquidity, and just chit-chatting amongst operators. We generated a new secret key. We generated the public key that was paired to that secret key. We store the secret key in the browser, and then we sign, we use the Lightning Node's pub key, or we use Lightning Node signer RPC to sign the NPub and form this node announcement attestation. And then we announce that to the network, so everybody else can know to follow us.
So I can see my peer Alice has done the node announcement message. Carol has as well. She says, alert, I'm running 15.3. My node will be down until Burek stops attacking LND.
Our project is called Free School, and this is basically based off of our experiences in school over the past 4 years. Basically, the problem we're trying to tackle is very big. It's just the entire field of modern schooling. I don't know how long ago it was that everybody in this room went to school, but boots on the ground here, it's bad. It's very bad. If you think about how much effort in aggregate is spent year over year at every school teaching this same content over and over again, it's a colossal use of everybody's time, the instructors, the students. There's a different problem, the opposite problem with online educational content. There's too much out there. You get information overload. You have so many different MOOCs out there. The idea here is basically to build an online aggregator, a platform, a social media that is specifically geared for education.
Let's say I wanted to find the first isomorphism theorem. Well, I don't really need to search for stuff. I just click, okay, so it's a subset of abstract algebra. I can right click on it to enter the subgraph. Furthermore, it's a subset of group theory. So I right click on that and I get first isomorphism theorem.
So I did Zapalytics by myself. So if you don't know, Nostr has this concept called Zaps, where you get to tip people on Lightning. It's fast, it's fun, it's fun, it's cool. You get to increase Bitcoin adoption, hopefully. But they also kind of suck. So a Zap has an invoice in it, and as well, it's tied to a user. I just downloaded every single Zap that's ever happened. 5,000 unique Lightning nodes have been zapped by 6,000 unique users. But I think the most telling stat is there's only 57 unique Zap authors. It looks like 82.5% of this is custodial stuff, which is terrible. So hopefully we can fix that.
Guys, thanks for coding. Thanks for building cool stuff. I can't. I honestly don't know how. It means the world to me that you're making the money better. I can't do that. I can get excited, I can tell stories, I can communicate, but I can't actually make things better. So thank you for doing exactly what you do and being who you are. It means the world to me. Thank you.